Well, I couldn't find the right wrench, this 30 millimeters for this. So I'm gonna have to use what I call the ruin wrench. I call it a ruin wrench. I bet we're getting wind noise too. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. You might be going, that's the wrong direction. Now I'm putting pressure on it two ways. See that loosened right up. That just tightens and loosens the bearings in the headset. No, the headset, yeah. So let's find out here. Most things are 5 millimeters. That doesn't look like a 5 millimeter. That looks much bigger. It's more like a 9 or 8 or 9, maybe. What, 8? 8's perfect. Is that 8? I'm not sure if that's an 8 or not. It's an 8. Guessed it right. I guess it's the right wrench. I guess. Alright, once again. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. We're going to get a different angle on this. Put pressure on it, and then hit myself in the finger and break another finger. No, just kidding. Oh, it's a good sound. It went snap but moved and not snap and break. Tighten it up, loosen it, tighten it, loosen it. Once again, this bicycle's been out under trees and water. I have no idea what the internals look like on any of this yet. All we've done is take a wheel off. And I work it back and forth like this to cause myself pain. Actually, it does cause me pain, but if it's rusted up inside, I don't want it to cross thread from too much rust in one spot. Oh, it's tightening up. That's a problem, maybe, huh? There's evidence of rust in there. Let's see how much. I don't know.
Dad, can you listen to my stick? Dad, can you listen?
Alright, as I was saying, I move these back and forth. Anytime something's been rusted on a car, on a bicycle, anything, I work it back and forth. That's no guarantee, but that's right, that's left. Lefty loosey. That shit is a lot. There are some tricks. Smacking it on top of the head tube. Let's see if this works. Let's see. Ow! What we don't want to do, there's bearings in there. I don't know if they're captured, if they're in a cage, if they're loose. But loosen everything up here. Oh, let's see. Oh, that thing's rusted in there bad. I don't know if we're going to get that loose or not. Let's put this back on there. Anytime I've ever had a bad bike crash, the handlebars bend on you, right? This is either going to bend or break, or I'm going to break. bracing. That's in there good and solid. Oh man, this might all be coming apart. Well, I don't want to bend the derailleur, so we're going to turn it on the side. Bike stand would be much better, but currently I don't have a bike stand. Just back in frame so you can watch me destroy this perfectly good bicycle. How did we get that bike stand? Probably gonna bend the forks on this. Try to shock it loose. Or bend the handlebars. What am I doing here? Oh, let's try this. Oh, I got some movement in there. I was like, oh, it's moving. Let me pin this down. You see what I'm saying? See, it's moving. I don't know how much I got though. I may have bent the handlebars, guys. Just working. Maybe shock it through the forks. I don't know. We'll see. We'll stand it up and see what we can get out of it. Stick it back in the butt. That. This will hurt you more than it hurts me, kind of a thing. Freaking hurts. Did I lose my Allen wrench? Only temporarily. I didn't put it back, did I? There. Right under my nose. Right off camera. Let's see if that's loosened up a bit. Come apart a little bit more. A little bit more. Make sure I'm not blocking your view. Further. Lots of grinding in there. As a kid, first BMX bike I ever had, I borrowed from the neighbor's house. He let me borrow his bike until I learned how to ride a bike. It wasn't a very good bike, but I remember the neighborhood bully coming at me, grabbed my handlebars and the front tire so I couldn't do it. He was bigger than I was, probably about 3 or 4 years older than me. I think I was 7. But he grabbed my handlebars, held the front wheel like this one, until the handlebars wouldn't stay put. Let the hammer do its job. Get it to come up, maybe. Wishful thinking. Wishful thinking. Let's loosen some more stuff up. Gotta go get some pliers. Loosen that ring up. Spray it with some rust penetrant. We'll see what we get. I'll be back in a second. Okay, I'm back. Once again, I use this spray. I'm going to try not to get it on my hand. There's no cuts or anything on my hand. It's just... Alright, try to get it down in these threads. See if I can get you a good view of this so you can see what I'm working with. These things are rusted big time. Let's see. Alright. I don't have a professional camera crew either. That opens it up and lets it just run down inside this head tube. Doors in my grandparents' house when I was a kid. It's probably an aluminum spacer down in this head tube. Move it back and forth. Get it used to the idea. It's coming apart. Get it down in this head tube. You probably couldn't see any of that. I was spraying the lubricant down in here. So, help if I... And again, I gotta do all my own camera work. I don't know if this is a 90s Royce Union, or late 2000s, or what. Give it a whack on the head of the camera. Seeing some movement in the top of this head tube. Alright, another wrap on the head. Not that I condone violence, but I guess at some points in time there is a time for violence, time for about everything. Just don't be the one starting the violence. This is interesting. I'm wondering if a meaner hammer is the way to go. I don't want to bugger up the threads on this. You know what? Patience. Patience is what's going to take this off. Gotta be careful not to bend the forks too, which even if I do, I guess I'll just replace them. Do need to go. We'll get some more fluid down in there. Let's try some lubricant instead of rust penetrant. It's again not a sponsor of the video. I got no sponsor, self everything. We'll just slowly let that spray in there. Sure I get it in my eyes since I'm wearing safety glasses. I've only been to the eye doctor twice for metal in my eye. I'm a slow learner. been raining all day. Just had a break in the action with the weather. And I've been able to get out here and work on this bike. Disassembly. Kind of trying to go as slow as I can. We are going to go get an adjustable wrench for this guy. Or not a wrench, but a pair of pliers. Because I don't think this is on there tight enough I can't turn it with my hand. And my strong hand, you know, give me your hand. Give me your other hand. It's like, it's not strong enough. This hand is not strong enough, so I have to give you this hand. So it's a scary movie reference, right? So let me go get that, and we'll be back to loosen up these bearings. I don't know how we're gonna get this out of here. I know how I can get it out of here, but destroying things isn't what I'm trying to do. So we'll see if we can do this without cutting the bike to pieces. Okay, I'm back with adjustable. Well, they used to be adjustable, now they're just kind of, there we go. Adjustable slip lock. You want to get it just big enough. Once again, righty tighty, lefty loosey. I think we could probably get this brake cable out of the way. Nah. Better bring my wire cutters. Oh, wish me luck on this one. Checking the top and bottom of the jaws, making sure I got just enough real estate that I can turn it. That was not all that tight. I don't think I'm going to be using this stem. This stem is got some corrosion in a way that's dangerous. You'll be riding the bike and a stress fracture will come through. I think it's made of aluminum. And aluminum, once stressed, doesn't last. Where steel can be stressed to a certain point and still last forever. I mean, as far as lightness goes, aluminum's the way to go. But as far as durability, goes, that's how these bearings look. Steel is the way to go. He's floating. I don't see a cage in there. No, it's a caged bearing. Ouch. Alright. Huh. Can you see these bearings down here? Guess you can. I am a manufacturing technician. I went to school for 2 years, 3 years, just training how things are made. The race looks hardly worn at all. This bottom cone here. The bearings do not look like stainless steel bearings. Yeah. They just need cleaned up. I think they'll work. So, what I was telling you about, I'm a manufacturing technician. I studied materials like steel and aluminum, Inconel. There's a bunch of others out there. Let's see. And steel is by far my favorite material for a bicycle. We have trouble down in there. It looks like it's to be seized. It's moving. There's a little gap. Hold that. There's a little gap in there, and as I move it, it could just be the metal flexing too. But let's see. Ooh, no, this is steel. Is it coming out? access to the bottom though. Let's flip this bike over to see what we can do. We're gonna zoom in or out? Out. Move the camera just a little bit more. Come on. See what I'm doing here. Pull the sprockets out of the mud. Oh, it's full of lubricant. Yeah. Take this bolt off. Turn it around so you can see what I'm doing. Let me take this bolt out. I'm going to make sure we're filming, guys. We are okay. So I'm in bright sunlight. Okay, as soon as I say that, the sun goes down, right? But I think I sprayed this with some lubricant, but or rust penetrant. I'm not sure. This might not even come off. I don't have my ratchet. I left it in the shop. Let me go get it. Let me go get it. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Went and got the, I didn't get the 1/2-inch drive. I got the 3/8 drive. I'm going with, just guessing, that looks like a 9mm, 10mm socket. I don't know why they don't use Freedom units. Here's a 10mm. 10mm it is. 10mm right on the button. But I like a little more clearance than that. So we'll use a deep socket. Deep socket. And a ratchet. 3/8-inch drive. Can't feel anything with this hand. I just dropped it. So back in the wrong order. Scan, righty tighty, lefty loosey. I have not sprayed this with anything, so probably ought to. Ouch. My hand doesn't work quite right, guys. Alright. Probably going to kill the weeds here on my lawn. Alright. Let's give it some wake up taps. Wakey, wakey, time to move. Oh, that thing was, well, it's rusted, but it's not tight. I don't think it's even, holy cow, it's so, it shouldn't just pull out like that. Is there threads in there once upon a time? No, that's smooth. Wasn't too hard. Pop my fingers off. Alright, now we can try to figure out a way to get down in there, in this little hole, find that pin and smack it out. So I'll be back with a rod and a bigger mean hammer. Alright, I'm back again. You know, as I was going to get my tools, I thought about it that, you know, in the trailer you might see the person riding a bike doesn't wear a helmet. And the irony of that is I had a next door neighbor who's an ER doctor, and he said he hates stairs because they cause so many emergency room visits. Let's see, did that dislodge it? Perhaps. It is bringing it out, guys. It is working. The other thing I wanted to do is check the orientation of these bearings. Looks like the cage goes, well, in this case up, but down in this case because it's facing down. The cage is facing this way and the bearings are on top of it. And the bottom ones are just the opposite. The bearings are facing this direction and the cage is facing up. This is more for my orienting this thing more than yours. So let's see if we can drive this thing out of there. Imagine that. Let's see what the damage is. This out. It's an extension socket. Okay. Oh. Bearings are here. Bearings are still inside the bearing cup. I want to give you a good view of that rust that's built up on there. I did not use any heat on this, which I could have, I guess. Let me see this guy. Sorry folks, I am not a videographer. Alright, zoom right in on it. That is why, come on. Ah, there we go. I guess not. You can see it. You see all the rust on that. Let's see, my finger's going to blur it out. Give me 2 seconds, folks. Alright, there. So wedge. That wedge was seized in the head tube. Oh, this crap. It's got some sharp pokies on there. Metal shadings. It appears to be steel and not aluminum. It's got to be steel. It's rusting. How did I not notice that? Details, you know? Attention to detail. Are we all the way zoomed in? We are. Zooming all the way out, folks. Get a look at my fat gut, you know? Okay. The rust here. Here. Should have been a dead giveaway, right? I'm not worried about these cables. They are destroyed. Are we completely disconnected? Not completely. We're still attached there, but as soon as I pull this, we'll be completely disconnected. All right. Head tube removed. All right, brief interruption, family. So this is a thin hollow tube, and this is a thick piece of, I think, steel or aluminum. You do a magnet check. I put a magnet on it. If it sticks, it's steel, right? If it doesn't, it's aluminum or some other metal. But there's a sharp edge there. I wonder if it's the bolt going through. Forgot what I was going to talk to you guys about. Imagine that. Anyway, I got the handlebars out. I got the head tubes disassembled, except for the bearings. There's one of the bearings that came off this direction on my finger. Okay, I'm going to put it back on here. See, it's for reference again. I'm going to zoom in on these components. Alright. Give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Zoom in on this stuff. If you guys like what you're watching, let me know. Okay? If you don't, if you have any suggestions, you know, what would you like to see? Let's see this. So there's the bearings, both sets, right? I think we can work with that. I gotta get this apart. I think that's the next part, is I'm gonna disassemble all of this. And then we'll work on the forks. So, see you in the next video.